I'm Elon Musk, and I'm here to share with you one of the hardest lessons I've ever learned. A lesson that not only changed my perception about investing, but also about emotional manipulation and the power that dark psychology can exert on our financial decisions. This is not financial advice, but it could save your portfolio. If you have ever had a bad experience with investments, or if you have considered entering the world of cryptocurrencies, this confession could help you avoid mistakes that I paid dearly for, with more than 10 million as a price. It all started with an illusion. The cryptocurrency revolution was an inevitable trend. Everyone was talking about them, celebrating their gains and proclaiming that we were on the cusp of a new financial order. As someone who has always been at the forefront of technology and innovation, I felt I had to be part of that change. In my mind, it wasn't just an investment. It was a step into the future, an opportunity to be at the forefront of progress. What I didn't know was that I was also walking right into a trap carefully designed to exploit my weaknesses. The first few weeks were incredible. My portfolio was growing rapidly, and each gain reinforced the idea that I had made the right decision. My charts glowed green, and every number that increased seemed like a validation medal for my ego. My confidence grew so much that I began to invest more, convinced that the market was unstoppable. But what I didn't know was that I wasn't just betting money. I was betting my emotional stability, and the price of losing it would be much higher than I imagined. The problem with cryptocurrencies is that their volatility can be both an opportunity and a trap. One day you're on top of the world, and the next, everything you built can crumble in front of your eyes. My ego, that monster that fed my perception of invulnerability, led me to ignore the warning signs. I saw market fluctuations as temporary corrections, something I would resolve only with patience and determination. But what I didn't understand was that I was falling into a cycle of emotional manipulation that was leading me to the brink of disaster. Dark psychology plays a crucial role in the financial world, especially in markets as volatile as cryptocurrencies. From subliminal persuasion tactics to using social influences to make you feel part of something bigger, every aspect is designed to make you ignore the risks and focus only on the rewards. The platforms give you exciting charts, real-time updates, and notifications designed to trigger an emotional response. Every time the market went up, I felt a euphoria that drove me to invest more. Every time it went down, fear paralyzed me and made me wait too long. The critical moment came when the numbers began to drop. What was once bright green became deep red. At first, I thought it was just a normal correction, something that would eventually stabilize, but it didn't. The fall didn't stop, and with each passing day, my portfolio was losing millions. I tried to justify it, to convince myself that everything would recover if I just waited long enough. But the reality was much crueler. I had lost more than I was willing to accept, not only financially but emotionally. The impact of losing more than $10 million is not limited to money. The real loss is in what it does to your mind, in how it affects your perception of yourself and your ability to make rational decisions. The coercion of the market makes you believe that you can get it all back if you just invest a little more, if you wait a little longer, if you risk a little more. But every decision you make in that state of desperation only deepens the wound. The gaslighting you do with yourself, that inner voice that tells you that you can fix it, that it's not so bad, becomes your worst enemy. It was at that moment of extreme vulnerability that I understood something fundamental. I could not continue in that cycle. I needed to stop, reflect, and change my approach. I decided that I could not allow my ignorance and my impulses to define my financial future. I began to study, to learn about finance, about how markets work, and about how cryptocurrencies, while promising, can also be dangerous if you don't handle them correctly. I faced my mistakes not as a failure, but as an opportunity to grow and learn. I invested in financial education in myself. I began to understand concepts I had ignored, such as diversification, risk management, and the importance of setting clear limits. I learned to identify persuasion tactics and red flags that were previously unnoticed. I discovered that the real power is not in how much money you have, but in how you manage your decisions. I learned that not all opportunities are really opportunities, and that sometimes the best move is to do nothing. The most surprising thing about this experience was that, although I lost more than 10 million, I gained something much more valuable: perspective. I understood that money is just a tool, and that its real value is in how you use it to build something meaningful. Cryptocurrencies are not the enemy. The real enemy is our inability to manage them with care and awareness. My story is not just about loss. It's about how to transform failure into an opportunity to grow and learn. Today, I want to share this lesson with you because I know my experience is not unique. I know that many people are facing the same challenges, the same traps, and the same cycle of emotional manipulation that nearly destroyed me. If you've ever felt like money controls you instead of you controlling it, I want you to know that there is a way out. My experience doesn't have to be yours. Take control of your decisions, invest in knowledge, and never underestimate the power of dark psychology in the financial world. Share this video with someone in need. It's time to take charge, to stop being just another piece in the game and become the player who controls every move. If this confession resonated with you, subscribe and comment your thoughts. Together we can build a more informed and resilient community, because true success is in learning and adapting, not avoiding mistakes.